Alright YouTube, I'm getting ready to do another tutorial. I'm going to make a coffee cozy for my Dollar Tree to-go cup. I purchased a set of these coffee cups at Dollar Tree and I used them the other day, and of course they're not insulated, as you can see, so they were hot to the touch. So I came up with a great idea of making a nice little coffee cozy. I made a couple of these for gifts for friends and family, teachers, for teachers appreciation gifts. So I thought it would be a nice quick DIY, and I could use some scrap fabric that I had laying around at the house. So I have this piece of scrap fabric that I love the color and the pattern, and I make one for my husband in this cute pattern, and I'm going to use this on the other side for some extra cushioning so I don't burn the next time I use these. So here we go. I'm gonna place this scrap. I have some tools, of course. I'm gonna need some pins or some clips, whichever you prefer. I've already taken the template and put it around and see if it's going to fit nicely, which it will, and there'll be an elastic closure. I just iron this flat a little bit. And I'm going to place my alternating fabric face down so that when I cut it out and I pin everything, I can just take it to the sewing machine and sew it right up. So I'm going to pin this in place. And this is a free template that I think I may have gotten online, Pinterest, or off of YouTube. But there's plenty available. Or you can use an old coffee cozy that you've gotten either from Dunkin' or Starbucks. You can cut that up and use one of those as a template as well. But this is a fun and quick DIY that you can make as gifts for friends and family or teachers. I love to do when you're giving them a cup or a Starbucks gift card or Dunkin' gift card. Then I like to add a personalized DIY gift. Make sure when picking your template you have the cup or mug that you would like to use, and you fit it around your cup to make sure it'll fit, because I have done the error of thinking that it would work on there's different widths and different mugs and things, so you want to make sure that your coffee cozy will fit perfectly on your travel mug. You have to also count for seam allowance, and this shows you where you're going to stitch around the coffee cozy, and you'll leave this opening, about a 2-inch opening, for turning it inside out. So this will be the actual size of your coffee cozy once it's turned inside out. Okay, just that quick. A nice quick 10-15 minute project, if that. Once you get the hang of it, you can probably whip these up in a good 5-10 minutes. Now let's take it over to the sewing machine and let's get this done. Okay, now I'm over at my sewing machine and I'm getting ready to sew my coffee cozy. I'm going to start at the beginning point. So I'll just take my pin and place it here as a marking so I can remove the template and keep my fabrics together. And I'll do the same with this one. Put that there, and I'll put a pin here just to know that this will be the opening and I won't accidentally sew it shut. I'm going to do a 3/4 of an inch, or 3/8 of an inch, I believe. Slow my machine down a little bit, and my machine has a setting to do a reverse stitch, so it does a fixed stitch. So I always, by default, keep my machine on that fixed stitch, so I don't have to even think about it. It'll do an automatic back stitch for me. And in the occurrence I don't want it to do that, I just have to be mindful and then make sure I turn that off. I'm just gonna get ready to go. Could use an interface to give it more substance and body, but because I'm using the sweater knit, I think it should be okay. Once I've completed it and I see how it feels and looks, I may decide to do something different, but I think I'm gonna keep it that way. And I also like to keep my needle in the down position when I'm doing curves, so I can easily turn my fabric and not have to worry about losing my place for seam allowance. Horizontal pin. Go ahead and trim this thread. Remove that pin. Remove this pin. A few more stitches, and I'll do my fixed stitch, and then cut my thread. And my machine also has that cool feature to cut the thread, or if your machine has that thread cutter, you could use that on the side. Opening, which will make for easy turning. But before we do that, I'm gonna use my pinking shears and I'm gonna cut the excess fabric so that our project will look and lay nice and flat. And we're gonna iron it all out. Cut as close to your thread as possible, but of course not cutting the thread, because then you make a little bit of extra work for yourself if you do that, but no biggie. Just do a couple extra stitches, but just try to take your time and do it right. Just turn it in like so to bring in that seam and close it off. But before we do that, we need to have a closure. So what closure we're going to use? A nice elastic strip, and then we'll sew a button, hand sew a button onto this side, and that's how we'll close our coffee cozy. I went digging through my goodie drawer to look for some elastic options that I had, and I believe this one was with this. This is a braided elastic, so something like this is inexpensive and fairly will do the job. And I found something similar in the black scrap piece. I think I'm gonna just use that since I already have it pre-cut. And then there's also some beaded beading cord elastic that you could use, but I don't want to waste and open up a new package, so I'm just going to use what I already have already cut and ready to go for me. So what I'll do is I'll just tuck it in just like that. I'm even gonna cut it, leave it just like that. Tuck it in like so. Make sure that when I put it in half, it's nice and centered. It's a nice, fun, and easy project. Gotta love those fun and easy projects, especially around the holidays when you're whipping up a bunch of presents for your neighbors, your friends, your family. This is one of those presents that you can whip up in one Saturday afternoon, and it wouldn't take too much of your time. Okay, now let's close that up. Actually going to, if you wanted to pick a prettier thread, maybe a pink to give it a little extra pop, or maybe even one of these decorative, if your machine has those features, one of these decorative stitches. But I'm not going to do that. This is just for me, so I'm not going to be too meticulous. It's just for me to use when carrying my morning coffee or tea to work. I'm going to make a nice closure, but I'm going to go all around the whole entire coffee cozy. We almost have a reversible coffee cozy. It can be placed on your coffee mug this way, or if you're feeling a little plain, neutral, you can do it that way. But then you'll have to add a button to the other side as well. So we're just gonna, I love my pink and gray. Those are my two favorite colors. So I think I'm gonna use this side and I'm gonna put a cute button right there. And if you want, go ahead and mark it with a marking tool. I'll go ahead and use my chalk and place my button somewhere there. Okay, so now I brought my coffee cozy over and I want to see how it's gonna fit. So I want to make sure it's not too close and I don't place my button too close. If I put my button there, the elastic will stretch nicely and attach to the button, so that's where it'll go. If you want to personalize it or customize it, if you have a Cricut or an embroidery machine, you can always put someone's name or initials and jazz it up. But I think that was a fun and quick DIY. Tell me how you like it. If you want to try, feel free to use this tutorial. Have a good one.